me. I need to see you and feel you next to me. I provide everything you need, and I like your smile. I don't wanna see you cry. Got some questions that I gotta ask, and I hope you can come up with the answers, baby. Girl, hey, you should love me now. Hey, would you?
Hello? Oh my gosh. It wasn't even plugged in, dog. I didn't unplug it. Every freaking time we're muted, it's something stupid. I hate technology. I quit. That's it. Goodbye. Thanks, everybody, for the ride. It was a great time. We made a great community. Have a good life, everybody. I hope you are doing great. Just kidding. So now I can see that my mic is working. It was not muted. It was not plugged in. So that's how life goes. It's always something, isn't it? What I was saying is we in a stew. The reason why we're going to be talking about Kouri Richins, this is interesting because I was doing some research on her a while ago. And from what I know, her family obviously is going, well, not her family, her husband, let's not even call him that. The other family on the other side of this obviously is having to go through this. And obviously when I started reading about the insurance and everything, it really hit me. And so I knew we had to talk about it. So hopefully you guys know when we approach these cases, it's really important to take it with, just take it very, very seriously. So we're going to get into it. And I saw that she is having her trial, which I thought was interesting because I swear when I looked it up, it said the 28th. We were planning on it. I think I told you guys not too long ago that we're going to cover this. So we're going to get into it today. So I want to kind of give you guys, if you don't know who she is, which you'd be surprised. You think that people, like when there's bigger cases like this, that everybody would know who she is. But honestly, there's a lot of people who don't know the story here. So they are out of Utah. Eric and Courtney Richins were raising 3 boys in Camas when she flipped houses in Summit County and ran a successful stonemasonry business. After Eric died unexpectedly in 2022, Kouri wrote a children's book about grief, which she later promoted on KTVX channel's Good Things Utah segment. Prosecutors say behind the scenes, Kouri Richins had schemed to kill her husband with a lethal dose of fentanyl. Her long-awaited murder trial on Monday is turning the nation's appetite for true crime stories in Utah. Richins, now 35, faces 5 felony charges, 1 aggravated murder, 1 count of attempted aggravated murder. Oh, shoot. Frick out of here. What is that? And 2 counts of insurance fraud and 1 count of forgery. Right. So again, let's be honest. What is with these parents and these wives and these husbands taking out their spouses and their kids? I'm seriously like, what is going on in life? What the hell? Like, why are we having this happen in life? So as ahead of the trial, her lawyer said in a segment that she is the mother who wants to go home to her children, and they are confident that the jury will make that possible. Kouri has waited nearly 3 years for this moment, the opportunity to face the facts of this case and heard by the jury. Free from the prosecution's narrative has dominated headlines since her arrest. Richins' attorney said, when the public has been told little bears resemblance to the truth, we welcome the courtroom and evidence is bound by rules, not sensational coverage, which is true. We have to understand, this is one thing I really try to spend a lot of time on, is we have to spend a lot of our time weaning out a lot of the sensationalism and a lot of the things and try to be as factual as possible. It's really hard in a true crime community because so much happens, and so many people make their mind up very quickly. So it's okay to have an opinion, but it's kind of like what we were talking about when it comes to Nancy's family, like Nancy Guthrie's family. They all got cleared as suspects, but here we were, the internet was going crazy for weeks, putting them behind the mask, making them look sketchy, basically victim blaming the family. You have to be really careful. You just don't know what you're doing. This has real life consequences to it. But I want to get into this timeline. This is why it's very important. I did tune in for like, I don't know, 3 or 4 minutes, and they were going through some texts that she had sent to her boyfriend. All of this we're going to get into. So you're going to hear that, and we're going to be watching the coverage together here. So if you are watching it, we will watch it together here as well. And we'll do some breakdowns. But on October 13th of 2020, Eric told an estate planning lawyer that he wanted to protect himself from recently discovered and ongoing abuse and misuse of his finances by Richins, according to the charging documents. On the November 3rd, Eric removed Richins as the beneficiary of his $500,000 life insurance policy. He also transferred his home and company interest to a trust managed by his sister, Katie, according to charging documents. June 29th of 2021, to obtain a loan, prosecutors say Richins submitted a falsified bank statement to a financial institution using balance details of the transaction descriptors from her husband's company. When a bank representative flagged that her credit appeared lower than expected, she was in the process of separation from her husband's document state. So she's a little forger. Richins submitted. Okay, so 21. Richins submitted another falsified bank statement to another financial institution and obtained a loan according to the charging documents. On December 17, 2021, Richins told someone that she felt stuck and trapped in her marriage about it would be better if Eric were dead. Okay, so this is where it all starts. So let's slow down. This whole idea psychologically for me when I'm reading these things is that point, is that they think that they're stuck or that they're going to get what they want. And unfortunately, which I'll never understand, is that money causes people to act this way. I'll never understand that. I'll never get it. But here we are. Money and freedom, right? As if you can't just leave and have your own freedom. I don't know. Okay, so then on January 29th of 2022, Richins applied for life insurance for Eric and herself as a beneficiary. According to the charging documents, Eric had no affiliation with this account, and his signature on the application is forgery, prosecutors say. So she's obviously trying to take his money. This is really sad. They have 3 kids. I'll keep some of my opinions to myself right now. February 11th of 2022, an acquaintance purchased fentanyl for Richins upon her request, according to the charging documents. On February 14th, which is Valentine's Day, Eric told a close friend that he believed his wife tried to poison him. Prosecutors say he told his friends that Richins left him a sandwich from the local restaurant. When he ate some of the sandwich, he broke out in hives and felt like he was going to die. According to the charging documents, Eric did not have any food allergies. Prosecutors wrote, but they added that fentanyl can cause an allergic reaction such as hives. That's freaking insane. February 26, 2022, Richins' acquaintance purchased additional fentanyl after Richins said the earlier pills proved that they were not strong enough. On March 4th, 2022, Richins called 911 at 3:21 a.m. to report her husband wasn't breathing. According to the charging documents, despite life-saving efforts from emergency services, Richins was pronounced dead at 4:58 a.m. Were they still living in the house together then? That's what it sounds like. March 6, 2022, Richins assaulted Amy Richins, Eric's sister, after a disagreement about the Richins home. Charging documents allege a lawyer told Kouri Richins that Eric placed the home into a trust and that another of Eric's sisters was a trustee, according to the documents. So do you see how there's so many parallels here between... It's so weird. It's so crazy. On April 13th of 22, the police told Richins that her husband died of a fentanyl overdose. Prosecutors on April 16th of 2022 said that Richins used a cell phone to research what happens to deleted messages. how do police and Googled how do police and forensic analysts recover deleted data from phones and signs of being under federal investigation. Dog, it's always going to be Google and texts for these people. She also had read an article titled Cause of Death Usually Does Not Impact Life Insurance Payment According to the Charging Documents. By June 6th, Richins used the same cell phone to research what is the lethal dose of fentanyl and how long do life insurance companies take to pay. Man, people killing their freaking spouses for money is just so ludicrous. What happened? What the fuck is going on in our society? You don't Google that stuff for no reason. Let's just be honest. It doesn't matter what you say. That's too specific. That's like Alex Googling wind direction for shots, how to shoot through a glass window. Do you think Google even has that? Do you think Google even has that information available to the normal public? That's like this is some dark web stuff. But they think Google's going to say all this stuff. Whatever. March 2023, Richins published a children's book about grief, Are You With Me? The book is a description that states written by a loving mother who personally faced this challenge and is designed to offer comfort and solace to young minds. What the hell is with that? May 8, 2023, Richins is initially charged with aggravated murder and 3 counts of possession of a controlled substance and the death of her husband. And then on June 27, 2025, Richins was charged with 5 counts of mortgage fraud, 5 counts of forgery, 7 counts of issuing bad checks, 7 counts of money laundering, and 1 count of communications fraud, and 1 count of a pattern of unlawful activity. This case is separated from the murder charge. And then on October 6, 2025, prosecutors amended that the charges against Richins and her own husband's death to 1 count of aggravated murder and 1 count of attempted aggravated murder and 2 counts of insurance fraud and 1 count of forgery. So, yeah, that's what we're dealing with here. So if you did not know about Kouri, this is what she's being charged with. From what I tuned into for today's court, I think we can even pull it up here and watch. There is some live stuff going on. Right here.
Correct.
So this is what we're going to be tapping into, just so you guys know. A lot of people obviously know about this and are watching this. I want to break this down because it's day 1. I swear I had my days mixed up because I thought this started on the 28th. So I'm very confused because that's what when I researched, that's exactly what this said it was. But in these, get out of here, live chat. We have our own live chat. During this, I was like, I don't know when I tuned in here. Something around here. It was this guy. I think this is the defense or the prosecutor. But they were going through texts talking about how she had a boyfriend. So obviously, we don't know the entire situation here. But I want us to go through and watch this live together like we did for the other trials. And we'll do that. So I guess starting tomorrow, I'm assuming will be day 2. We'll be back at watching trials. So I have to say though, before we do anything, I just want to remind you guys, like this is really hard. There's family members sitting back here listening to this, and this is when it all comes out, and it's like a flood of emotions, and it's really hard to be a family member of these cases, and especially in this situation where I don't know how to explain it other than there's so much pain here. There's so much betrayal and there's so much hurt, and a father is missing from his children. Yeah, there's a lot of layers here, but the insurance fraud, all this stuff really hit me because it's just so similar to what happened with Charles and my mom. And I mean, even like giving the estate to his sister and the breakup in between and all that stuff. I just want to say I'm obviously very sad and disappointed in what our society is doing right now. I'm really I know that as a human race, we've always been pretty brutal and there's always been horrible things that have happened in our world. But to see people plotting and Googling and see this kind of level of go out of my way so I can get money is just insanity. Because I don't know what it was before. I don't know if it was land or whatever motivated people to take lives, but to take your own husband's life for $1 is absolutely ridiculous. So, I wanted to play that part that I heard, but obviously there's context to all of this. So maybe we could just start watching this. It was like a different type of courtroom. This is in Utah. I'm sure you guys have been seeing this though, but we'll be back at it again, watching the trial. What I'd like to do is make sure that we understand going forward that I want to be really supportive of the Richins family, because I know Kouri is being referred as a Richins, but she's obviously not. It's kind of like Lori. But the Richins family lost their son, their brother, and man, I don't know. I'm just getting sad. I'm just sad. It's just really, I can't believe it. Exactly, Tess. It's always about self-centeredness. Let's put it that way. This entire thing is about self-centeredness. So that's what we're going to be expecting. But if you guys haven't seen this yet, we'll do a little recap on day 1, and then tomorrow we'll be live with day 2. So we're going to stream it here. Yes, Tess, we'll be streaming here the trial like this, and then we'll pretty much be together for the majority of it. I will be popping in and out, but it will be on the entire time that it's on. So we'll have those streams set up again. And again, I'm sorry, we were supposed to have this day 1 coverage together, and that's just a misstep on my part. I read that it started on the 28th. So I don't know why. I don't know. That was what I Googled. Frick Google, because that's what it told me. And I did a lot of research because we were going to watch this entire trial together. But I also wanted to do a video breakdown on what it is. But it'll be good. I mean, I loved having our coverages, even though it's hard and it's hard to be there. Like being able to spend time with you guys, interact with you. And this is going to be a little different, obviously, because it's a totally different case, totally different people. It's just going to be really different. So it's our first one outside of, my family, which will be different. So, but my heart's still broken for their family, and hopefully we can see justice be served in this case. You guys know I love you. It was a quick live today, but we will be back tomorrow with live coverage. And like I said, if you don't see me on screen, I'm still here. I'll be chatting with you, whatever the case is, but it will be live here. So you can watch it here, and I'll tell you my thoughts. Every time we're on a break, anytime we're doing anything, I'm going to tell you my thoughts. So you guys know I love you, appreciate you, and be back at it tomorrow, man. Love you guys, man. Thank you, mods. And if you guys are in the Discord, just know we have a watch party tonight. So I'll message the Discord so you guys know what time it's at. And we're going to have a watch party to finish the documentary from the CW on YouTube we were watching. And if you have time, make it over there. See you guys there. Love you, man.